All I wanna do is tell the world about you.
Yeah.
I just wanna live for Jesus.
Always.
We are with my sister, Mariah Dickson. She just graduated from college. She's the first person in her family to graduate. So that is just awesome. We're so proud of her. Monumental turn up. I love her so much. My brother got a queen on his hands as a wife. And I'm just going to ask some questions, and we're going to Trey make cameo. Come on. Hey, Trey. This is her mom. Mm-hmm. My nephew, Trey. His beautiful mama.
All right, get out. Bye.
All right. So, Mariah, just tell us a little about yourself. Like, for anyone who doesn't know you, just in your own words.
My name is Mariah. Obviously, I am 27. I am a mother of a 7-year-old. I am a wife. I am a wife of a 31-year-old. I just graduated from University of Houston, Clear Lake, with a degree in education.
Woo, woo. What made you choose education? Like, why did you want to be a teacher?
I like to be around little kids. I consider myself to be the big mama of everybody else's kids, including my own. Mm. And I enjoy touching other lives.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
So, tell me about, like, your path to becoming a teacher. I know you have a job now. Congratulations.
Thank
but, like,
you.
what are some of the, like, hardships that you endured that would, like, encourage other people to, like, don't give up?
Just persevere. Sometimes I felt like giving up. I even go to Chris, like, Chris, I just want to stop. I'm tired of it. You know, it's stressful. And then it's just family. You know, you always have a good foundation behind you, and it's always family. And of course, God is always going to be number one. Because if it wasn't for God, I'm pretty sure I'll probably be working at some kind of daycare, miserable. But instead, you know, having a good foundation, which includes family and God, is the ones that kept pushing me.
That's awesome. So, what made? Because I know it could have been easy just to stop at to work at a daycare and just not get the degree. But what was that? Like, what did you say to yourself to be like, no, I'm going to get my degree and even probably my master's one day?
Well, just the fact that, you know, none of my family ever got a degree. That's one thing. I was like, oh my goodness, that'll be a blessing just to show that my family could also persevere. I wasn't the best learner in school, and so
that's crazy to me. You're always smart to me in school because I always went when we were together in high school. I went to you for questions, so I never knew that people thought of you as slow, or maybe you thought I didn't know that.
Well, it's occasionally. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I don't put my all into it because sometimes I wasn't interested into a lesson. Mm-hmm. And so I just like half-butted. Mm-hmm. And so just to get the degree, it's just that I proved a lot of people wrong. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I did it for myself mainly because I wanted to be something greater and have, you know, a better life, better than I had.
That's awesome. So I know that you had your child, Trey, at a very young age. Mm-hmm. How would you help what's your advice to any other young moms, or even just a single mom that wants to go back to college, but maybe they don't know how to manage your time with working or taking care of the child? What advice would you say? Like, maybe they think their boat's already sailed, it's too late. What motivated you?
First of all, once again, I go back to the foundation I had. I always had somebody there to, you know, help push me, and always somebody there to help, you know, be with Trey. But there's so many opportunities now for a single mother can go to school online. Mm-hmm. There's, you know, you can work a full-time job and still go to school. There's a lot of opportunities out there. But also make sure you have that push, that drive to better yourself. Because if you just doing it just to do it, you're not going to go any further than what you think you are. You're going to have that will. Because there's people that don't have, you know, a foundation and still push because that's how bad they want it. Like you heard about the story about the lady with the 5 kids that became a lawyer in Houston. That's how bad she wanted it. She didn't even have a high school degree.
Wow.
So she pushed hard. That's how bad you want it. And she didn't have that foundation.
Wow, that is good. So sometimes they push us to graduate college and graduate early or graduate in 4 years. What would you say about making your own timeline? Like, I think it's so good to do things on your own time because what works for you. What's some advice you have on that?
At the end of the day, if you get it done, that's all that matters.
Yep.
You can take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or 7 years for me, but I took 2 years off. Well, sometimes you need a brain break, and that's everybody. It's human. But at the end of the day, if you finish, that's an accomplishment.
Exactly. I totally agree because everybody's different. Not everyone goes into college 18 years old with their parents supporting them. Everybody got a different story, and it's all good.
And like when you go to college, you're going to see different ages. You're not going to just see people in your 20s. You're going to see people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s or 70s. You're going to see that everywhere you go. And at the end of the day, it's about not how fast you get it done. It's that you finished it and you accomplished it.
That's so good. That is so good. So in your time in college, did you meet anyone that kind of inspired you? Maybe classmates or professors that kind of helped push you, or maybe you learned from their story? Is there anybody that kind of, or even old teachers in high school that kind of like inspired you to keep on, working toward that degree?
Well, I had one teacher in high school, Miss Stroud. Sitting in her class made me enjoy learning. Like, I always paid attention. She made everything interesting. She, made lessons into videos, like movies. I watch movies and write stuff about movies. And in college, I had about a few good professors. And God rest her soul, Miss Griselda. She was one of the best professors I had. You were able to talk with her on a personal level, and she was always understanding. She always helped a lot and broke stuff down for us and integrated her life lessons into her teaching, which I feel like that's important when you're, teaching or when you're learning from something.
That's so good. What would you give any advice, like, because you have to take certain classes in college. What if there's a class that's just so hard for you? Like, how did you get through, if you did have a class that was really tough and really hard, what did you do to get through that, and what advice do you give?
One thing is, you have to be on top of your game. I'm not the organized person. I had a planner and still had a hard time staying on top. So your best bet is to be organized the best as you can be. If you need help, there's so many centers in college that can help you. There's a math center, there's a writing center, there's a lot of centers that can help you. Get a study group, or sometimes we fail a class, but don't give up, retake it, do things that you didn't do, wish you would have done.
That's really good. I have a question.
Yes.
What is your, like, I know that you love God, your faith is a huge part of your life. How is that, like, how is leaning on God in this season of you going to college and also being a wife, being a mom, all at the same time as being a college student, how has God inspired you to just not give up?
How God inspired me not to give up is, mainly it's my faith. And just to keep pushing. Also, I'll have dreams and visions of, what I would do in the classroom, and I get excited. That's like a passion of mine.
Wow.
God always keeps your passion in mind, because at the end of the day, it's our life, and God honors, our heart's desires. So that's a big inspiration to me.
That's good.
Thanks. Yeah.
Different learning ability. People learn differently. Some people learn visually. Some people, you can just tell them and they get it. Some people, they need to see demonstrations like several times. Different. And sometimes, you take a test in high school. It's a standard test. And if you fail that test, it's not that you're not smart. It's just that you learn differently.
Yeah.
How did you learn your learning style, and how did that help you, just succeed in your classes?
Well, the best thing for me is that I'm a visual learner, and also I like examples of stuff, like realistic examples. So in college we went over the ways we learn, and so we did like what's called a questionnaire in class, like how do we learn the best. There are some learners that can record lectures. There's some learners that write lectures down. There's some that likes to take pictures and see pictures. I'm the type of person that likes pictures. And I also like examples. Mostly examples where you're moving around a lot and you're showing me exactly what you're doing. Not just, I cooked this by this. No, I'm going to need you to get in the kitchen and show me how you put stuff together.
Yeah, that's good, Mariah. That is so good. What's your advice on not being afraid to ask for help in what you need, whether it be in a classroom, like let's say you don't get the problem, asking for help from a fellow student or getting office hours from your teacher, or just asking for help. Hey, I need a babysitter, or hey, can you help me? Can you help me with this? I maybe need a ride to class. How do you, just ask for the help you need without seeming like a weak person.
Well, being in college, a lot of professors have an open door policy where you can come in their office and able to talk with them about the lessons. And, if you make it known that you need help, you're going to get the help that you need. And also in class, there's always people that know and willing to help you. There's some people that are like, no, I'm not helping you. But most of the time, there's always that person there to help you. And I guess that's where you get a lot of friendships in college. Because, just by asking for help. I know I made a lot of friends in college just by asking for help. Or just turning back like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And just laughing about it and just, making, having strong bonds after that.
Yeah, that's so good. I know you said family was a great motivator. It's fine. And I know you had a husband that supported you. You had family members that encouraged you. What if somebody doesn't have that? What would you say? Where could they get their motivation?
It's gotta be in here. If you don't have it, it's not gonna happen. You're just gonna be in the same situation that you're in now. But you gotta have that will, that push, And if you don't have it, if you want it, just tell God, and God will give you that. So,
amen.
Girl, yes, because I be like, Lord, help me, because I get drained. I'm not perfect. And so I'm like, Lord, give me this desire, or just say, Lord, help me. You already know what it is. Lord, help me. And then He'll give you that help that you need.
Praise God. That is great information. So you said that you had people that that probably never thought you would graduate. What are some other ways you face discrimination? I know you're mixed race, and some people, did you face discrimination on being half black, or maybe a mother, or just different things that maybe people look down on you, in the classroom, or maybe outside the classroom, or maybe they thought she's not going to get it. Do you have any instances, whether in your college days or in high school, that kind of hurt you, but you pushed through it?
I mean, growing up, with a lot of issues and trying to fit into things. But the older I get, the more I'm very carefree about stuff. I don't care what you think. And it came from growing up and having to deal with stuff like discrimination, from the hair and your skin color, or being a young mother and hear people say, you will never be anything, or you're probably not going to graduate because you had a child at young. That's stuff that could really bring people down. But, it's the older you get, the more you not care what other people say, and you become very blunt. And, just growing up in a rough era for me, helped me become a strong person now.
Yeah, you're definitely very strong, and knowing what I only know a tiny bit of your story, but I know what you've gone through, and you're so strong, and you have a great endurance, so I just admire that greatly. when the day of your graduation, like walking across that stage, what did you feel like? How was that with all your family there, all your friends, and how, like, what, like, did it make all those moments in the classroom, all those moments of studying, all the years, just, was it worth, like, did it be like, yes, like?
Man, walking across the stage is nothing like walking across the high school track in Sweeney High School. It felt so good, despite me saying, hope I don't fall, hope I don't trip, because Lord, I'm a very clumsy person. But it felt good, and just to hear your family cheering for you, it's a really good feeling. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it feels so good. I couldn't stop smiling the whole entire day. But it just makes you want to push harder, makes you, you know, grateful, you know, that you had people there that actually care for you. And it's a good feeling.
So happy for you.
Thank
Just
you.
even motivates people, like, no matter what you're going through right now, like, don't give up. Like, that moment, the moment of celebration will come where it's like, yes, like, congratulations. Like, everyone's congratulating you for all your hard work. And it kind of reminds me, like, when we, as Christians, we go through so much in this life, so many hardships, but, like, we're doing it for that moment where we get to see Jesus, and he's like, well done, like, you did great. So it's
You're
kind
going
of
to go through a lot of stuff. You know, it's not going to be easy. Nothing is easy in life, especially if it becomes great at the end. So you have to push hard. You know, there may be some days where you need to go hide in a closet or tuck yourself in a corner and cry. But, you know, at the end of the day, don't let that become the period of it.
Yeah.
Like, keep pushing, you know. Let it be a period, then get back up and do another sentence. Like, you have to keep going and pushing yourself, you know. And if you don't have a, you know, family there to support you, there's always one person, and his name is God, and he's always going to be there for you and push you for greatness. But you have to want it. It all starts with you.
That's so good. That is great advice. I have a question about just getting, cause you know, college is expensive. What would you say for that person maybe who has, you know, they're just getting by, barely paying their bills, or maybe they're young and they don't have any support from their family. How can they go about getting money for college? Like, what would you say would be the first steps? Because there are resources out there.
Well, financial aid helped me out a lot. Even though you have to repay this eventually, I was getting like $5,000 a semester, which helped pay for, you know, living expenses and bills and stuff that you need. Of course, books, but you can always go online and find cheaper books besides going to the bookstore. But when I first started college, I did a lot of essays and got a lot of scholarships. So scholarships, financial aid, and if you want to work, there's always work study there at colleges that will help you. It's a lot out there. It's a lot out there.
That's good. I know so many people are going to be inspired by this interview. And like you said about financial aid, I was watching an interview with Meghan Markle. Now, you know, Prince Harry's wife. She's a princess, the Duchess of Sussex. You know, she's at this grand stage. But she was talking to kids, like, you know, as she's a princess now, she was talking to them, and she was saying that she graduated from college, but she said she had to do work study. She was on financial aid. She was on, you know, scholarship. And you can look at her now, like, she's a princess, but look what she went through. So there's no shame in being on financial aid, being on work study.
No, it's not.
Like, and she was saying, like, she couldn't have been in college if there wasn't for those resources.
Girl,
So
I bought a car using financial aid money.
yeah.
So it helped out a lot. It helps out a lot in the time being. And, you know, eventually you got to pay it back.
Yeah. But you know, it helps.
It helps, especially for the people that actually needs it now. So there's no excuse of why you can't get it. There's loans out there. You know, there's grant money.
Yeah.
There's
scholarship. You know, anything. Say something. What do you want to say, Trey?
You gotta look at the camera.
Okay, we gotta talk. We gotta talk.
Just say something. Say something important.
Yeah, aren't you proud of your mommy? You told me you're so proud of her.
Yes.
Yeah, she graduated college. Were you happy to see her walk down on the stage?
Yes.
Yeah, she worked hard, didn't she?
Yes.
What's your mama gonna be? What's her
teacher?
Yeah, isn't that exciting?
Yes.
Yeah.
I say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you for joining
And
us.
I play football.
Oh, that is so good.
You play football? What's your football team name?
Amanda Texans.
And Mariah was the team mom, which she worked hard at. And went to class.
And did not want to do it. Did not.
It's so great, and I'm so proud of you. We're all so proud of you. I do have one more question. Your family members, I know they were so proud of you. I was watching all the Facebook, and they were just commenting and just sharing all your pictures. I knew they were so, so proud of you. Is there anything they may have said to you that, like, you know, they expressed how proud they were of you? Like, was there anything that's just stood out, or was just like all the love was just like, could you just tell they were proud of you? Is what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, I was overwhelmed with love, and you know, that's a good feeling. So nobody said anything that really stood out. It's just that, you know, just taking all that in.
Yeah, they were there.
It's a really good feeling, and you know, it's good to be loved and loved on, and have people express how much they're proud of you, and, you know, love you. But I was very overwhelmed with love. That's
so good. And if you don't say anything, it's the fact that you're there. And that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
And I know Nanny, my grandmother, and her grandmother-in-law who just passed away, she'd be so proud of Mariah finishing school, because she would always ask, how are your classes? How's your school going? And so I know you made her proud. So is there any last thoughts you want to just say to anyone watching? Anything that's just on your mind? I know you said a lot, and it was all great information.
I mean, if you ever need somebody to talk to, or you know, don't know how to start or how to finish, or if you're in the middle and you feel like breaking down or clueless, find somebody, you know, that you very comfortable with talking, and open yourself up to them. Or, you know, you can always find me or find Stacie, you know, and just talk to them about it, because, you know, we're glad to help you and guide you to the right path, because, you know, Stacie did graduate from UT in 3 years. She is very bright.
Thank you.
And she's very open and willing to talk to you about anything. And I'm just the same way. And if you want it raw and blunt,
yeah, she the one.
you can come to me about anything. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to hide anything from you. And just keep pushing forward. You can do it.
Yay.
And if you need help,
maybe I can leave your email in the description box.
Stacie's going to leave my email in the subscription box. And, you know, you can just email me. I'm very fast at responding back to anybody. I have my phone on my hand at all times.
Hey.
So, yeah.
I know I said that was the last question, but one last question.
You touch my phone, I'm going to fight you.
I'm not touching your phone.
Classic.
That's raw.
That's raw. Comparing yourself to people, how does that, you know, because you can look and be like, oh, they're doing that, or they graduated from here, or they already got their master's, or they're married, or they're got this job. How do you not compare yourself to people and just stay in your own lane and do what God's telling you to do?
I mean, it's human. Everybody compares themselves to other people. It's just, you just need to focus more on you and stop focusing on others and what they have. And the more you focus on you and what you have, you'll gain more. And other people will start focusing on what you're doing, and, you know. But it's human just to compare yourself. You just got to set your goals for yourself and what you want to do. And if you want what they have, you know, do what you got to do. Stop comparing yourself. But make sure you're following your path and what you like and what your calling is.
That's good. So, you have a job. Congratulations. Like, right after you graduated, you got a job. Like, look at God. Like, aren't you so excited to be in a class? Like, you're going to be a teacher, like, in the next few weeks.
It's exciting. It's very exciting. I know I feel a whole bunch of favor over my life, because it's the middle of the school year and they're looking for a particular type of person, and knowing that I have not had any, you know, teaching jobs besides like a daycare or something, but it's a big role. It's a very demanding role, because it's a kindergarten position and you're teaching kids how to read. So I'm very happy. You know, I need a lot of prayer, because I'm coming in there unexpectedly and unknowledgeable about these kids. So I'm excited overall, but I know God has my back.
Yeah.
I know I have a whole bunch of family that are teachers, and they're ready to hop on my back.
Yeah.
It's like, let me get on this. Shout out to Kim, Miss White.
Hey.
She's like, she gonna have me ready. I hope so.
That's awesome. That is so. I know you're gonna be like anything with like great things are gonna be challenging it, and that's the great thing about it. Like finishing school, it was challenging, but it's worth it. So like being in the classroom, yeah, it'll be a challenge, but it's gonna be so rewarding. And you said favor in your life. Like how would people acquire that favor? Like how do you get the favor of God like on your life? Because there's nothing like it.
The only thing I can think of is remain humble, you know, speaking into existence. God already hears and already knows what you want, but keep speaking it, you know. I am going to finish college. Oh, I am going to get this job, or, you know, I am going to do this. You know, you got to speak stuff into existence in the air for it to come raining down over you. Favor is like rain, you know, and I'm like a cup. And I speak it, and it comes, fills me up. And I feel like lately, this favor just been all over me lately.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for like sitting down and giving this interview. You did so awesome. And I know it's gonna bless everybody who watches it. And so I just thank you, Mariah, for being here.
Stacie.
Yay. Say bye, Trey.
Bye.
Hey, it's Stacie. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm just standing on faith, on the word of God, believing God for my promises, and I know you can do the same too. So make sure you check the description box below this video to see the blog post that corresponds with this video. It's either going to be a poem or a creative story, so make sure you check that out. So make sure you give this video a like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think, or just let me know how it blessed you, and just let me know where you're from, how old you are. I like to just know who I'm talking to, know who's seeing these videos. And all in all, be blessed and know that Jesus loves you and he'll never leave you or forsake you, and you're beautifully and perfectly made just how you are. All right, bye. Have a great day.